Dave over at the Jägermeister Workbench. You always have great techniques. Tell me what we need to know about blackfin tunas.
Well, it's all
Yellowfin
tunas.
tunas.
It's all
I'm sorry.
tunas.
Stand correct.
This stuff will work for all tunas. You know, mainly you can see a lot of times you'll be trolling around out there and you'll see a bunch of tunas busting on the surface, and you're saying, "Wow, they're eating," and then you go trolling through there with your ballyhoos and stuff, and you can't get a bite. And if you look real close and you can't see what the fish are eating, it's probably because they're eating tiny little stuff.
Yeah.
And if you go trolling through there with a big ballyhoo and an island lure, you know, trying to catch a 60-pound tuna, and they're all eating little larvae-sized stuff like this big, you're not going to get a bite.
That's exactly what happened to us in Crooked Island. So tell me what I should have done.
Well, first off, you need to get you some little octopus skirts, you know, about the size that you want. I carry all different sizes from, you know, ultra tiny up to, you know, the bigger sizes. You know, all these little octopus skirts.
Okay.
And you get you get the leads that'll fit them.
Right, little
You
lead
know, that's
in
a little 8-inch. That's an 1/8 ounce little lead in that little octopus skirt, and it's got a triple or a double strength live bait hook on it.
Oh.
And you put this on 60 or 40-pound fluorocarbon and troll that 100 yards back.
Way back.
Through any kind of, I mean, if you see 60-pound yellowfin tunas busting and you can't get them to bite, you can go down to something this small and you can still catch a 60-pound yellowfin tuna on that little hook.
Cool.
Because you're only worried about how strong you're going to pull when you get them on the leader. So you got to be careful when you get them on the leader, because you can pull the hook or break the leader. But if you can get them close to the boat, you can catch great big tunas on little tiny hooks.
So that's what you do for picky tunas. We're going to go down in size.
Correct. All tunas, no matter how big, if you can't see what they're eating, go down in size and try to get a bite. Because if you're not getting a bite, you know.
What other things would we use?
Well, this is a Clark spoon rig, and we use this when we're trying to catch a live bait tuna, any skipjack, little black fins, even, you know, little yellowfin tunas, and it's a double rig Clark spoons. Yeah, we've trolled two of them at a time. Use a single hook, because if we're trying to catch a bait, you want to use a treble hook, because a treble hook can pull their gills out and squeak their eyes up, you know, and they're hard to get off. So try to use a single hook. The same way you rig if you're going to use little Rapala plugs, like this little, you know, the
X-Wrap.
The X-Wrap and their little diving baits. You know, you can take these treble hooks off and put single hooks on them when you're using them to get bait.
Okay.
Because, you know, you don't want these treble, because they will swallow that whole thing, and you know, half your tunas come in bleeding real hard. You don't want that. You want your tuna to be hooked in the mouth so that when you put him out as a live bait, he will last a long time and a big marlin will come and eat it. Because that's usually what I'm trying to do when I'm catching
It's so crazy
tunas.
how different the colors are for offshore versus inshore. I've never even seen that Rapala color.
Oh, it's beautiful. And you can put it on a little planer, you know, to get them down a little bit. You know, that's the 0 size. I think they come up to 1 and 2. And if you're really lucky, you can get to a place where you see them busting on the surface real good. They're eating flying fish or you know, good sized baits, and that's when you can throw big poppers at them on a big spinning reel, you know, like that one over there that's got a jig on it. You know, you get a big torque spinning reel or something that'll hold, you know, 60-pound line, and throw a big popper into a big school of yellowfin tunas and watch the bite, because there's nothing better than a giant tuna piling on a big plug. Also, you know, if you can troll for tunas, a lot of guys will use a cedar plug. That's a metal cedar plug. It's the same deal. The hook goes way back here and pulls from behind, so the thing just dances all over the place.
This is an Islander?
No, I think that's
looks like it's got that Islander
No,
eye.
it's not. It's a red eye, I believe. And then you can also troll, you know, these kind of plugs, the canned swimmer type. That's a Yozuri swimmer. Great bites. Again though, change the hooks to single hooks, ultra strong.